Good afternoon. I'm Erin Nielson. I'm a family law attorney at Wilshams, Cosentino, and Nobbins. We're a full-service law firm with offices in Westford, Wellesley, and Boston. Today, I'm here to talk with one of my colleagues, John Donahue. John Donahue, hi, John. John is a estate planning attorney in our office, and he's somebody that we turn to from the domestic relations department when we have questions for our clients related to estate planning, to special needs planning. And today, John has agreed to talk to us about tax-related issues that come up for divorcing families. Thanks, John, for being here.
Well, thank you, Erin, for having me. And no, the collaboration goes both ways with help on prenups and postnups and separation agreement and people who are concerned about bond affidavits and things like that. It certainly goes both ways.
That is true. All right. So we're going to start out with some basic questions about tax that come up for a lot of our clients. And the first has to do with the tax filing status at the time of the divorce or while a divorce is pending. A lot of people wonder, should I file, even though I'm separated, should I file married filing separately, or should I continue to file jointly with my spouse? Are there any advantages or disadvantages either way?
You know, I would say that everything is a facts and circumstance, but I would say on a whole, once you get to the point of deciding to divorce, generally I would say that married filing separately makes the most sense. And part of that has to do with the ongoing liability that's associated with filing the tax returns. So when you file a tax return and jointly, you and your divorcing spouse are jointly and severally liable on that return. So to the extent that there are issues in the future, generally it's a better decision to start that separation process and file separately.
Well, that's an interesting perspective because a lot of times people are looking at sort of the short-term financial difference between married filing separately or filing jointly. Oftentimes, there's a tax benefit to filing jointly. So,
yeah, and I would say that one thing that depending on the parties, one of the things that someone who is thinking about filing separately might consider is whether or not they qualify as head of the household. So that's someone who is either they're actually divorced or separated, or they are considered to be divorced. And there are a couple different factors involved with living separately from the spouse and maintaining a property and having a qualified individual living in a property. So a lot of times if you have a divorcing couple with minor children, one of the spouses typically qualifies for that head of the household designation, so they get a little bit of a preferential treatment as opposed to filing separately. So again, facts and circumstances definitely worthwhile considering, looking at maybe the last 2 years and then how changing your tax filing status would affect the next coming year.